Hello and welcome, Laura. Thanks for being with me today and sharing some of your moments of your journey during that course with which you endeavored on these last couple of months. Welcome.
Well, thank you for having me. And thank you for accompanying me on these last, was it 2 or 3 months?
Right, thank you very much. It was a pleasure and a privilege. Now, as you know, I started off this podcast in order to help others get a glimpse into what's happening during the course, how you felt through it, and making a decision for themselves if that's something that they want to pursue. For themselves. And this is why all the listeners and everybody who's watching it will be very eager to see and to hear what you got to say for your experiences and on your experiences within the last couple of months. Now, you finished the course on the 31st of December last year. And I remember having the one-on-one, and this was very nice because it marked the end of a year and then the start of a new one. Now, can you elaborate a bit on the situation you were in when you first came to me?
Right. When I first came to you, I was in the last year of my maternity leave. I had taken 3 years off, which is the most you can do in Germany, and I wanted to take advantage of it. Mm-hmm. But this was, I think, the second half of my maternity leave, the second half of the third year of my maternity leave. Mm-hmm. And I knew that come January, I would have to go back into my old job, or at least a portion of my old job, which then would be my new job. And I was a bit nervous not having worked for nearly 3 years and not having kept up with what's going on in the job market. I was a mother and a housekeeper. Well, let's say not a housekeeper, but I was the boss of everything that happened in the house, and I hadn't done anything related to business or marketing or anything like that. And so I was feeling a bit nervous and a bit unsure of myself, and I didn't want to start working in my old new job having this insecurity. So I thought, well, I was part of this WhatsApp group and I saw this message offering job coaching for mothers that were looking to return back to the workforce, maybe even looking to reorientate themselves. And I thought, hey, that just sounds perfect, like it was fated that we meet. And so I contacted you and said, hey, I need some help. I need to redirect myself and reorientate myself, learn about me again and what I can do, where my strengths are, so that when I do go back to work, I'm sure of myself and I know what I can do. And that also just looking forward to the future, especially with the events going on now with this corona craziness. Yeah. Who knows what the future is going to bring to us? And I wanted to be, regardless, for everything prepared. And also just what I'm doing now may not be what I want to do 5 years from now. So I took this opportunity to learn more about myself and where I could potentially go in the future.
Mm-hmm. Right. And I remember this very clearly because we talked about this a few months prior to you actually starting. And it was very nice really to see the transformation you went through, if I may say so, from starting the course and then finishing it a couple of weeks back. Now, when you think about that journey, according to you, what was the biggest obstacle you overcame during that time?
I think it was just the insecurity I had in myself. Mm-hmm. And just not being sure, being nervous about being able to work again and not being sure I could do it. But you helped me see everything that I've already accomplished and how even being a mother, what I've done during that time could be used and applied to the future job or even applied to my old job. Mm-hmm. And now I've lost that insecurity. I'm sure of myself again. I know what I want. And yeah, I think that was the biggest hurdle to overcome.
And now I have a lot of moms listening in, right, and watching that video. What advice would you give them if they are in a place where they don't want to be emotionally, mentally, physically, regarding perhaps their job they're currently in? What's your personal advice to them?
I would say stop and just take a moment to breathe and relax, and then see if there's someone like you out there that they could also contact, or even just contact you directly and do a coaching course, because they never know what they're going to find out about themselves. And it just helps reorientate you, and it gives you a direction, and that you're no longer just kind of stumbling lost in a dark forest. Yeah, I have to agree with you on that the life is way too short to feel miserable, and it's always better to know and try to find out what you really want in life. And according to that, would you be okay if moms, if they might not feel secure enough to reach out to me, to instead reach out to you? Would you be fine with that? Yeah, of course.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, it's the Mom Network is an amazing support group. I've turned to all of my mother friends over the last 3 years, or actually maybe 4 years, during the entire pregnancy as well, and even before I was pregnant, trying to get pregnant, and they were just an amazing support base. Like, I couldn't have done this without their support. So I'm of course willing to return the support I got to other mothers.
Right. Moms are basically the ninjas of every city, because they have so big networks that you don't see, right, that are not apparent every time. But I think we agree that it's very important for us moms to stick together. The life is hard as it is. we don't have to make it any harder. So yeah, I'm completely with you. So well, thank you for taking the time out of your day and being with me, with us today. And yeah, we will stay in touch anyway. We've become friends during
I should hope so.
Yes. And yeah, thank you for your time and sharing your experiences with me and with the listeners and the viewers today.
Thank you as well.
Okay, thank you, Laura. Bye-bye.
Bye.